In this episode, we'll learn about variables, values, and types. We'll start learning about types, and once you know them, you can do a lot with them. That is strings, which is effectively words, anything enclosed by double quotes or single quotes, and that could also be a single character. Integers, which are whole numbers, either positive or negative. Floats, which are numbers with any number of decimal places, 1.20, 1.2, 1.2, and then bools, which are true or false conditions and can either be true or false. When working with Python, we type out a string by enclosing it in single or double quotes. If we're unsure of the type of something, we can use the type statement. And the interpreter will tell us that hello between single quotes is a class string. Strings can also just be a single character. You can enclose a number as a string. Integers and floats are numbers. Integers are whole numbers, which are either positive or negative. And floats are numbers with any number of decimal places, and they can also be positive or negative. Bools are true or false conditions. They can either be true or they can be false. Note that true and false use an uppercase T or F at the start. Anything else will not work as a bool. But what use are these types, I hear you ask? Well, they become useful when we can start naming them and refer to them as variables. A variable is a name that refers to a value. It's a bit like algebra when you think back to being told x equals 1. You now use x in a formula, and you would just know that x was referring to the value 1. So if we type x, we've given 1 a name x. Underscores are permitted. Using an underscore in a variable name, you're actually adopting a convention known as snake case. Snake case is the convention for Python, but you may also come across camel case. Generally, you're going to want to use snake case for Python. There's one other rule when it comes to naming variables. They can't be a keyword. There are a long list of keywords, and they're here on the screen for you now. So you can't use and, as, assert, break, class, continue, def, del, elif, else, except, false, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, none, non-local, not, or, pass, raise, return, true, try, while, with, yield, async, and wait. And the reason for this is that all of these keywords have a special purpose in Python, and we'll learn about those later. If we try to use a keyword as a variable name, we will get another syntax error. Invalid syntax. Now that you've learnt about variables, values, and types, you can now use operators to do things with these variables, values, and types. The key operators that you need to know about is the plus symbol for addition, minus symbol for subtraction, the asterisk for multiplication, a forward slash for division, 2 forward slashes for floored division, percent symbol for modulus, and 2 asterisks in a row for exponentiation. For example, if we take 2 integers, we can find the result for addition, which is 2. We can also use subtraction operator to find the result for subtraction. Let's give multiplication a go. Then got division, and floored division, which will truncate the result of division rounded down to the nearest integer. Modulus gives us the remainder. And exponentiation allows us to do things like squaring a number. We can use these mathematical operators with integers and floats. Note that when combining integers and floats together, the result is a float. Some of these operators can also be used with strings. Use the addition operator to combine strings. But we can't use the minus operator with strings. The interpreter will give us a type error, unsupported operand type. We can multiply strings. We can't divide them. There is no modulus or exponentation we can apply the result of an operation to a variable name. So let's say we have first value 1, second value 2. We can assign the result of an operation to a new variable. That variable now stores the result.